Alright, so we're looking at the Year 7 Number Operations 2020. Here's the exam, so let's go through exactly how you do everything. Alright, number 1. The difference between 18 and 9. Now the difference means, well, you can see in this example would be subtract 18, take away 9 is 9, so we'll write a D in there. 2. The sum between 22 and 14. Well, you could do some working out 22 plus 14 because it means addition. So your answer is 36. All right. Product. Now product means multiply. So here we're going to do 43 multiplied by 13. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 3 is 12. Now we times by our tens. 3 times 1 is 3. 4 times 1 is 4. And we add up 9, 5, 5. Making sure we write our answer again, 559. Write out the first 8 multiples of 9. So we get 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54. So how many have done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 9 times 7 is 63. And finally 72. First 8 multiples. And just check, 8 times 9 is 72. We've got them all in. All right. Write down an example of 2 prime numbers. Well, a prime number has exactly 2 factors, so I'm going to go for 5 and 7. 1 and 5, 1 and 7, easy. Boxes of 15 marker pens cost $11 per box. How much would 34 boxes cost? Well, it's again a long multiplication question. Boxes of 15 marker pens cost 11. How much would 34? So that we don't actually mind that there's 15 in each box because it's not asking us for how many pens, it's asking us for the cost. 4 times 1 is 4, 3 times 1 is 3. Now the tens, 4 times 1 is 4, 3 times 1 is 3, and we add it up. And don't forget, it's a dollar question, so it actually costs $374. Question 7. A bag of marbles weighs 198 grams, not including the bag. If there are 9 marbles, how much do they weigh each? So we're saying how many times does 9 go into 198? 9 can't go into 1. 9 times 2 is 18. Carry the 1. 9 times 2 is 18. So they must weigh 22 grams each. All right. Where are we at? Question 8. The total value of 5 houses is $2,250,000. If they are worth the same, what is their individual value? Well, there are 5, so we're just going to divide our 2,250,000 by 5. 0, carry the 2. 5 times 4 is 20, carry the 2. 5 times 5 is 25. 0, 0, 0, 0. Once again, let's put it in dollars. And our answer looks about right. $450,000 each, 5 houses. Yeah, makes sense. What is the lowest common multiple of 6 and 8? Well, let's do our 6 times table. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, and 54. Let's do our 8 times tables. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, and 56. Yeah. And then add 8 again to get 64, and let's go 72. All right, so our lowest common multiple is the smallest number, lowest, in both lists. So we'll start from here. There it is. It's the smallest number in both lists, and we just did our multiplication. Again, you can take longer on that, use your fingers if you have to. All right, let's do some evaluate. Brackets first, so we end up with 20 divided by 14, take away 4 is 10. 20 divided by 10 is 2, so we must have both of them. Yep, bid mass again, so you get 31, 6 times 5 is 30, 31 take away 30 is 1, must have both. Part C. Alright, I'm going to do both at once here, because 5 times 8 is 40, and 39 divided by 3 is 13, 40 take away 13, you can do this in your head, sorry, just so I can focus. No. There we go. So how much do you have to add on from 13 to get to 40 is usually what I do, so that's 27, or you could have done column method of subtraction. Number 11, write out all the factors of 30. Well, 30, I always go for, it's 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10, 4 doesn't go into it, 5 times 6, and then we're back at the start. So the answer is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, 30. You don't have to write them in order, but it's good when you get to questions on highest common factor, like down here. What is the highest common factor of 40 and 54? So let's do our 40s first and do all the factors. 1, 40, 2, 20, 3 doesn't, 4, 10, 5, 8, 6 doesn't, 7 doesn't. So there's our 40s, our 54, 1 and 54, 2 and 27, 3 does. So I'm just double check how many times does 3 go into it. 1 remainder to 18, 4 doesn't, 5 doesn't, 6 times 9 is 54, and 7 doesn't and 8 doesn't. Alright, so now we want the biggest number in both lists. It's a 2, isn't it? So the highest common factor is 2. Alright, moving on. Question 13. 54 times 12 is the same as. Now, I'm not going to work this out. I'm going to have a look at the answers first. So what they're doing is they're separating it. So you could do 50 times 12 plus 4 times 12, or you could do 12 times 50 plus 12 times 4. So looking through these, there it is. So what they've done is we've separated the 50 and the 4, times them both by 12 and adding it up. So that works. What is the largest prime number less than 40? So I'm going to go backwards. 39 isn't prime, 38 isn't, it's 37. 15, write down an example of each of the following. Composite has more than 2 factors, so I'm going to go for 10. Prime, we've covered prime before, I'm going to go for 5. Not composite or prime, so that means it can't have 2 or 3 or more factors, so it must only have 1 factor. It's got to be the 1. 16. Use prime factorization to write 60 as a product of its primes. A few ways you could do this. I'm going to go for 6 times 10, which becomes 2 times 3, and 10 is 2 times 5. These are all prime numbers, so we've got 2 2s, 1 3, and 1 5, and we multiply between them. So that is the product of its primes. 17. Now 220, I don't like dividing by 2 first. I'm going to do 22 and 10, because then you get like an even for both sides. That's 2 times 11, and that's 2 times 5. They're all prime numbers. So you get 2 squared times 5 times 11. And there's that one done. Alright, 18. During a training session, an athlete is running around the 400 meter track. Okay, so 400 meter track, just so I can visualize it. Every 30 meters he jumps in the air, and every 70 meters he spins round. When would he have to do both? Well, this is a lowest common multiple question, so I'm going to do my multiples of 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 70, so it'll be 70, 140, 210. I'm going to stop because it's at 210 meters. So it's lowest common multiple question. Question 19. Evaluate the following. Right, so there's quite a few things we need to do here. So let's just start at the top. That becomes 16 minus 2 times 3 is 6. The bottom is going to be 1 plus 3 squared is 9. Plus, over here, 5 times 4 is 20. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now let's simplify over here. That becomes 10 divided by 10 plus 20 divided by 4 is 5. 10 divided by 10 is 1, so it becomes 1 plus 5. Therefore, our answer is 6, and you can see where all the marks come from. 1, 2, 3, 4 marks. Alright, 20. Dave gets paid $12 per hour at his part-time job, and he works 15 hours a week. He has to pay for his phone bill, which is $30 per month, and Netflix, which is $12 per month. How much will Dave have in a year after all his expenses? Alright, quite a lot to this. First of all, let's see how much she gets paid in a week. So that's going to be 12 multiplied by 15. 2 times 5 is 10. 1 times 5 is 5 plus 1 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. So he gets paid $180 a week. Now there are 52 weeks in the year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my $180 times the 52 weeks in the year. Zero is quite easy enough. So the first row is going to be 0. 0 times 2 is 0. 8 times 2 is 16. 1 times 2 is 2 plus 1 is 3. Now my tens. 0 times 5 is 0. 8 times 5 is 40. 1 times 5 is 5 plus the 4 is 9. So he gets paid $9,360 a year. Now, his expenses are $42 a month. So this is a month. And there are 12 months in a year. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. 4 times 1 is 4. So that's 4. So $504 are his expenses. Income. Expenses. So how much money will you have after expenses? It's going to be 9,360 minus our 504. Let's borrow. 10 minus 4 is 6. 5 take away 0 is 5. Borrow again. 13 take away 5 is 8. 8. He will get $8,856, and it's basically 4 lots of working out that we had to do. Question 21. A perfect number is one whose factors, except the number, add up to the number. So 6. So the factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3, and 6. Okay, but you don't include the 6, so they add up to 6. Show why 496 is a perfect number. Right, so we need to find the factors of 496. So there's going to be a lot here. First of all, we know 2 goes into it, so let's just check this out. 2 goes to 4, remainder 1, 8. So 2 and 2, 4, 8. Obviously we have 1 and 4, 9, 6, but we won't be using that one. This is an even number, so if I double this one and half this one, it works. I could do the same, double this one and half this one. I could do it again, double this one and half this one. Now I'm going to see if 3 goes into this. So this adds up to 4 plus 9 is 13, 19, so 3 doesn't go into it. So I'm thinking, let's have a little check. 200, 300, it might be just those numbers there. So let's add them up. 8, 4, 2, 1. So 8, 12, 14, 15, 21, 29, 30, 36, 4, 5, 6, 12, 15, 16, plus 6 is 22, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 523. So I must have gone wrong somewhere along these lines. Let me just double check this. 2 times 8 is 16. Alright, so it must have been somewhere. Let me just check my addition again. 8 plus 4 is 12, 14, 15, 21, 29, 36. But I wrote it the other way around. So my addition, so 36, 4, 5, 6, 12, 15, 16, plus 3 is 19, 2, 3, 4. Alright. So that means these were the factors. So I double checked my addition, and therefore I got it. And it's a good question because it says show why. So we already knew they had to add up to 496. So I was able to double check mine just to make sure it works. And that is how you get 100% on the 2020 number operations question.